Whoever is the chairperson.
The special sitting convened by National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula appears to have breathed life into 5 state-owned sugar millers, including Nzoia, Chemelil, Miwani, Muhoroni and South Nyanza sugar factories.
Mr. Speaker, I think this is the true and most relevant attempt at truly bringing the cost of living down.
We want, as a country, to be able to give the private sector the ability to run the cane industry such that it is meaningful to our people.
This is after members of parliament approved a request by the National Treasury to write off loans amounting to 67.8 billion shillings that the 5 public sugar companies owed the government and the Kenya Sugar Board.
There is no private investor who will want to put their money in a company or a state entity that is bedeviled with a lot of liabilities, including tax liabilities, Honorable Speaker. And indeed, I support that measure to write off the debts that were owed to the government of Kenya.
As you talk about writing off debts, what are you talking about? How do you rescue Miwani without taking back the land that has been grabbed by well-known persons?
The MPs also approved the Cabinet's decision to write off total tax arrears of 16.37 billion shillings, comprising of principal tax, interests and penalties owed by all the 5 companies.
Within 90 days of this House's resolution to adopt this report, the National Treasury shall cause payment of Kenya shillings 1,683,397,053 shillings and 69 cents as arrears that is owed to farmers for those 5 state-owned companies.
Consequently, the legislators also adopted the report by the Joint Committee of Agriculture and Finance that approved the leasing of the 5 state-owned companies within the provisions of the public-private partnership, but rejected the proposed merger of Chemelil Sugar Company and Muhoroni Sugar Company.
To ensure that the land is not lost, this lease program, Mr. Speaker, we say the lease program need to be understood by the farmers in those areas, Mr. Speaker, so that the land will actually be referred to the people living in those particular areas after the expiry of the lease, Mr. Speaker, which is a good thing other than privatization, Mr. Speaker, because the whole thing they have taken the land.
The lease must contain a clause that will facilitate the fate of the current workers in these sugar factories. The House rejects the proposed merger of Chemelil Sugar Company and the Muhoroni Sugar Company, and that of the two and that those 2 companies should be leased separately.
The leasing of the said companies, the report states, will be for a period not exceeding 30 years, whereby the nuclear lands shall only be used for cane development and cannot be used as collateral by lessees.
The strategic partner should use the company and the nuclear farms for sugarcane production. At no time should they start growing beans, potatoes in those farms.
On cane development, the MPs approved the introduction of 5 sugarcane development and farmer representation catchments where cane supply contracts are signed between a farmer and a miller. Philip Murutu, K24, Nairobi.